This is a disaster in so many ways. The model went together okay, it's a great classic Tamiya model, and then I camouflaged it really rather nicely, I thought, and then I put some weathering on it, and I really seriously overdid it. Then I tried to rescue the paintwork. You can see there at the front it's a bit heavy-handed and thick now, so the only option left is baggage, and lots of it. So there you can see around the door, the hatch, it's really a bit grim, and the wheels, they aren't too bad because I kind of left them alone, but it just got messier and messier. So as you can see, I've started putting baggage on, but the film also had its own problems, so we've lost the whole of the construction of the model, and now we've lost a couple of scenes further on. What a mess. I'm at the I often think the British are a bit staid about things, but there are some lovely markings here. It's very interesting. There is a slight hint of field sports about it, but anyway, the deer head is marvellous. Of course, the desert rat, and a slightly bigger version, and this. Oh, yeah, that's nice and professional. Well done. Then it got stuck to my hand and I threw it on the floor. Start again. The other side of this is how fascinatingly simple all these are. Really, really basic, straightforward. You can see them at a distance, all of that kind of thing. Nice and clear. Really nice markings, actually. Oh, it makes me want to make maybe 3 or 4 versions of this tank just to put the different markings on. Perhaps that's good marketing. So there's bits of the baggage and some of the markings on, although one of them is peeling off. And that pith helmet, I've painted it and it doesn't look painted. That's really annoying. Anyway, more change ahead. At last, real rescue arrives. And now we have this, a bit of advertising for a start. All of that. And all of that. Marvellous, because what we've really got is this. So that's going to buck that tank up, I hope. No, not even that. It's going to cover up. So, got to get it open. Resin Factory. Sounds impressive, doesn't it? Anyway, open. So, lots of little things that look like inedible Pringles. Yeah, that's an interesting comment on Pringles. There's the stuff, and interestingly, unlike some companies I've just seen, you get a vague sense of the instructions on how, what and where to put them, which is marvellous. And I can't open it and hold a camera. Bet other people can, can't they? There's actually an awful lot of information. First of all, that's what you get. Not bad, is it? And then these are the different things you do. But what's very interesting is you have to cut bits off your tank by the look of it. Remove. So what I've noticed is I've already put some baggage on stowage, and in particular extra fuel tanks, which I've seen in a photograph years ago and remembered. Thankfully they snap off really easily, so I might have to be clearing some of this off before I put the real stuff on. That's the tank, that's the stuff. I think I've left a couple of bits in a box, I'll go and get them. Let's stick it all on. I just opened the box to get the sort of instruction sheet out and found all them. Right, back to painting. That's the first few bits on. I've got to paint up the gun cover so they're not actually glued on, because they would stop me getting that on and off. So really all I've glued on is that and that. But it's a start, and I'm casting a shadow. Anyway, it's a start. Now we've got 2 bundles on the back, and just as a kind of reminder, I couldn't get the fuel cans off on each side, so apologies to everybody concerned, including the manufacturers of the stowage, because that isn't part of their plan. But anyway, they're good, I like them a lot. Couple more bits gone on. Have we got something to point with? That nice bunch there, and then around this side, that and that. It's coming together, looking grubby, might lighten it up a bit. Once everything's on, you get a better idea. But I don't know, I'll sit and look at it for a day. And that's almost it done. Got to do that gun cover. Got to get a bit of dirt on the markings, particularly on the mud guards, for want of a better word. Got this kind of almost like a curtain, and a few other bits. Same on that side. And there it is. I don't think it looks any better. I think it looks a mess and a shambles, but strangely the stowage adds a certain layer of logic. It seems to make more sense now. So actually it's worked out okay in an inverse way. So just those last few bits. Oh, and it's worth saying there were 3 helmets, 2 of them on a kind of strip, and they just wouldn't come off clean. So I've got British helmets all over the show. I'll dig them out and put them on. And there's some petrol cans to go on under there. Bit of a funny place to put them. So that's it. Virtually there. It's good. It's very good. I think one of the interesting things about doing this is I could put loads of stowage all over this. It probably wouldn't be as good, but you get what I'm saying. It'd be easy to go to town. And I'd be afraid that I was going to town and I was going over the top, and it was some kind of psychosis in me or desire to cover up my mistakes. But when somebody else in effect does it for you, then you're liberated from all that. So that's good. The other thing is, having looked at stuff on the internet, images, pictures, an awful lot of this is very accurate. But that aside, yeah, this is justifying my activities. I am not guilty. This is it done. I don't think there's anything. Oh, I haven't put the chaps' helmets on. Apart from that, this is it done, and I think it's come out all right. It has helped to sort of salvage the tank in so many ways. Not the tank, the model. By kind of justifying the levels of muck to one degree and covering up the rest. In the end, I've done the baggage has got at least 5 different colours, and each colour has gone through about the different shades. I think each bit of baggage has got at least 2 different shades per colour. Some of them have got more, and then they've got the wash in them. And then belts, I've got 4 different types of belt, which I kind of randomly applied. There's a brown leather one, different shades of brown leather. There's a webbing type. And I think on the whole it's alright. I know that I'm going to go back and I'm going to tidy some bits up. I've never been happy with that bit of baggage. I don't know why. It just hasn't been coming out the way I wanted it. Others are alright, quite like these two big bits at the back. So I won't be able to leave it alone. What's very interesting is getting any model out into very bright sunlight. It really changes the whole thing. Shows problems up, highlights problems, but also actually makes some things look better than I expected. So maybe I ought to collect my supposedly completed models up in a box and write on the box, take these out in bright sunshine and finish off. So let's have some stills just to freeze it and get a bit of a look. I know they're not brilliant, but you know, you get the idea, don't you? I know I've said that somebody else coming up with the baggage is kind of justification and takes all the problems off my hands, but in a way it is justifying the complete state I got this model into. It's sort of saying, yeah, everything's gone on. So I'm using it as an excuse, and I think it's just pulled it off for me. I can, you know, I can see it as being plausible. Anyway, it's a Tamiya tank. I made it as a kid. I do enjoy the Lee Grant model or tank because it has a number of very interesting turrets. So it's an enjoyable pair of tanks to make, kind of twins, but not identical twins. And this was enjoyable, straightforward, typical Tamiya. Oh, the pith helmet looks better there, doesn't it? Anyway, and it came out okay. It is me who made a complete mess of it. So there it is. I'm playing with the lighting here, aren't I? And it's really helping me out too. So this kind of thing's important to remember if things are getting in a mess. Previously, with one aeroplane that didn't go well, I said film it from a distance. Sometimes I do use weathering to cover up some bad model making, but this one didn't need it. And now we're using baggage. That company, I can't remember its name, but they've done some good work here. I will definitely be looking into more. I'm not meaning to let any cats out of bags, but there's a Jad Panzer or two on the way. They might look good with a bit of baggage, mightn't they? They were kind of workhorses. Got a lot of stuff dumped on them in more ways than one. But that will be a while yet. Christmas is coming now. You can see from the film this wasn't done at Christmas, and so therefore I might just do a tank with a snow camouflage. Bet you can't wait. Anyway, there's an election coming. Hooray! The last few have been, the votes have been